Hey Glass Gang, thanks for tuning in. The stream will start soon. Hello and welcome to the stream. We have an exciting stream today. Why? Mainly because I'm back on the game. I'm able to play my main character and keep working on the last build that I was working on. Hey everyone! Thanks for tuning in. Hey Rotophone, hey Chaos, Heisenberg Finn, Rido, Big Play Ray Ray, King Shot, GG. How's everyone doing today? Right, so like I mentioned, today I'm basically just gonna show you guys what I've been working on. This was a build that I put together on my main character on PC that I was streaming. And it's based off the same principles as my human infinite VATS Plaz build. I do have that one linked in the description if you want to check that out. If you're human, check that out. So it's what it is it's a Ghoul version of that build. It's a low maintenance, low requirements build. It doesn't use magazines or bobbleheads. All you need for this build to work effectively is just like one canned coffee. Okay, so you can do that. Honestly, it's for the effectiveness of VATS to trigger AP return from conductors properly when the snake comes through the falls. So So what we're gonna do is get started here. Because what I'll do is show you guys where it's at, how it's performing. Now there's still changes that are gonna come. There's still some things I wanna do to this build. So I'll be experimenting with some of these changes on stream. So I do apologize if I'm not 100% attentive to the chat today. I'm gonna be testing a bunch of stuff, but I will be answering questions if you guys have them. So don't be shy. I'm drinking my coffee. I hope you have coffee too. All right. So I'm gonna get on a team. I'm in private here so that I don't have anyone join my team. I do want to do solos here. So, but I do have members on my team always so that I get the taking one for the team buff. Which is one of my legendary perk cards. But look at that, we haven't even taken coffee. Look how good that AP is. Look at that. This is pretty fine-tuned. I've been working on it and it's at a good enough spot now to upload. The last time that I showed this build on stream, I think my fastest time was 1:30, and I had to use quite a bit of coffee to achieve it. But you'll see there's a big difference this time around. I'm just gonna find some blight here. There has to be some around here someplace. I find it's harder to find when the sun is up. It's easier to find when it's darker, because it glows. Blight soup and coffee are all you need to do all the damage with this build. And one thing that is nice about this build is it doesn't take a lot. So you don't need to spam coffee. You don't need to consume a whole bunch in between reloads. At most, you'll use 1 to 3 coffee throughout the whole fight, depending on how good you are at conserving it. But you're gonna see it does really well. It does really well with this setup because I'm using a mix of actually AP regen or powered mods and intelligence mods this time around instead of agility. I'll also be testing the rapid mod because I actually don't have the rapid mod on my Plaz currently, and I think that might potentially have a chance at bringing down the times. It's a good daily driver build that is user-friendly, low maintenance, low cost. You won't have to spend hours grinding for sunshine oil or coffee for this. If you have just a coffee machine or want to vendor hop some player camps and loot their coffee machines, all you need it for is to overcome server lag when the snake spawns. So I'm going to consume Blight Soup. This one's important. It gives us 125% extra crit damage for 30 minutes. All you need to craft it is Blight and boiled water. So it's really easy to craft. You see that it grows everywhere around here. There's Blight there, there's Blight there, there's Blight there. There's literally Blight everywhere down here around the raids area. There's tons and tons and tons and tons. So yeah, now that we have that, let's head back. I do want to check something here real quick. We're gonna go to my camp and find the soup dispenser resource thingy and see what kind of soups it gives you, because I'm pretty sure it gives you brain fungus soup, which actually would benefit this build. Because we're using science to bring up our damage through intelligence. The science perk card on the build increases energy damage based on your intelligence. Oh, I don't have any? Lame. I'm pretty sure that the Soul Soup server does serve it, but it looks empty right now, so we'll just come back to that later. And the main issue I was having with this build last time I was live with it was survivability. The poison blast was absolutely wrecking this build, mainly because as a ghoul you don't have access to good damage reduction for poison. You're locked out of perk cards like natural resistance, which brings up your poison damage resistance through endurance. Through scaling up endurance, you don't have access to that as a ghoul. So naturally, the Snake's Blast is gonna hit you like a Mack truck. Okay, I'm gonna make my way downtown. Be sure to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on bell notifications so you never miss an upload and get to see my streams from the moment they go live. If you want to ask a question about a build I'm using or have up on the channel, don't be shy. Feel free to ask. Thank you so much for the support. Rotophone GG. So this is meant to be low maintenance end game VATS heavy ghoul heavy gunner, and we also already have a VATS heavy gunner that can solo the snake in 30 seconds on the channel, and that's kind of the same build, only it uses the pepper shaker and the shotgun champ perk card to give it 80% more damage, which we can't utilize here. So there's that. Now 1 minute time is still plenty fine and fast enough for the majority of players who are soloing the snake. Most people aren't soloing the snake. Most people are soloing EN06 because they don't have a way to solo the snake. But this is for those that want to see it and want a build for it. What I'm doing now is I'm actually building up my stacks. I'm gonna just mag dump this Plaz thingy and build up bullet storm stacks at the bottom right of the screen. You're gonna notice I'm at 14 stacks. So we're gonna get where we can and reload. I'd like to be at 10, so we're gonna just shoot a few more rounds off. There we go. So now we're at 10 bullet storm stacks. That brings us to 10% reload speed, 90% more damage, and 20 max stacks. But we're at 10, so I don't know why it says 20 there. We're definitely at 10. The science card looks like it's a little low, to be honest. It should be around 30. There we go, 28. Alright, because I don't have... So I'll eat the blight soup. Okay, here we go. Brain fungus soup. This is what I was talking about. Brain fungus soup. +5 intelligence. Remember how I said we were bringing up our intelligence through just having intelligence on the armor. So I have 2 mods that are +2 intelligence. And I'm also going to add this into the mix. This only takes brain fungus, which you can find inside the raids on the walls, and boiled water. When you craft it, it gives you +5 intelligence. So this will bring up our science damage to +32% now. And that looks about right. You want to be above 30%, that's where it becomes really noticeable. Anything above 30% is a win for me. Okay. Next thing is... Yeah, I'm going to show you guys one more time. There's no magazines, no bobbleheads. I'm gonna get my support character in the raid. It doesn't make a difference, to be honest, because I'm already taking one from the team buff. Just having teammates on my team. If you didn't know, you can join any team in a world like a casual team and then come into the raid solo and still get your team perks. But this is so that I can get some more loot. She's my loot mule. Get in here. Oh, okay. Spawned in way over there. That's fine. And the last thing is to do overdrive. You want to do overdrive or psycho, some kind of damage buff. And then I'm going to do 1 can coffee. Now I have 700 rounds in the Plaz, so I'll definitely like go through it before. Okay, see, that wasn't enough. I should have started with 3 coffee. I find it's a lot worse at the start. Because if it misses a lot like it did like that, then you just don't get good enough HP. Let's just restart. That was a terrible start. I had to fix my Plaz, not good. Okay, we'll do... Also, didn't have any fusion cores, that didn't help. The nice thing about this armor set as well is the carry weight. I have 520 carry weight. Okay, so we should be good now. We have fusion cores. Still at 17 stacks. Good to go. Also, overdrive should still be active. Let's start with 3 coffee then. Just to overcome any server response issues. And now that it broke VATS, I just let it recharge a little bit and jump, because I'm going to have to jump here to avoid those attacks. Open fire again in VATS. And he's screaming again. I wasn't VATSing the right part there, but 1 minute 16, not so bad for a starting run. I reckon we can get that faster though. Ideally, what you want to do is, once you run out of AP, because you will run out of AP, the Plaz has what's called AP negative, which means even with conductors, even with a perfect ratio, it has an AP cost of 9, and you're only going to get 10 AP instantly every other shot, and every shot you're consuming 9. So it's always going to become a situation where like infinite VATS technically isn't completely possible. But that's why you want to use coffee to your advantage like that. I only used 3? I used 3 at the start, and then I didn't use any for the rest of it. What you could do is use 1 per reload. So every time you reload, you use 1 canned coffee. It really helps a lot. Let's put that to the test. And also, I need to show you the Plaz I'm using is a Furious VATS enhanced, VATS optimized conductors Plaz. It has the standard receiver, standard barrel, large core receptacle, reflex sight, and accelerated nozzle. This is the power armor set I'm using. It is troubleshooters, intelligence, through hikers, limit breaking. Jesse asks, does coffee stack? It does. It indeed does stack. It's only a 25-second buff though, so it doesn't stack like for super long. But yeah, you can stack it. But it's mainly to get over the delay, and it's like really buggy basically when the snake comes through the waterfall. You'll tend to miss a lot of shots and not get your AP return from conductors properly, and then you end up like draining half your AP bar before the snake even comes out of the waterfall thingy. So that's why I recommend doing it that way. Pop if you can coffee before a fight like that. Now, you don't need to pop canned coffee if you're going to events with this build and you're just killing like whatever the heck is there. Let's go see how it performs at Boardwalk, for example. We'll just do some random running around, jumping around. Is Formula P any good still? It used to be, but not anymore, unfortunately. It no longer stacks, Jesse, and it used to be the bee's knees for stacking it for the purpose of running it with a legacy weapon to do more damage, but with the legacy weapon nerf and the nerf to Formula P no longer stacking. It is good for crafting pinpointers. That's true, you do need it for crafting pinpointers. I forgot about that. That's a very good point, King Shot. So it kicks butt. It's definitely having no trouble staying in VATS. The downsides is, like I said, if you're going to use it for bossing, there's a lot of lag at boss fights, just in general. Especially if there's more people, I find. The more people that are there, the worse it is. But it can kind of work in your favor if everyone's using conductors. You'll definitely see a better response from AP return because that will stack and also help. But this is a very good baseline, and like I said, with just a few AP buffs you can overcome that issue. I don't see you using Psycho Buff. Wouldn't that help with damage? Psycho Buff isn't a great damage multiplier. It's honestly outclassed by Overdrive. That's what I used. That's what you saw me use. I used Overdrive. I do have Psycho, but I honestly only use it to cure my feral meter at the bottom of the screen. You want to use Overdrive for a VATS build because this gives you 15% damage and 30% more critical damage for 3 minutes. And we're using criticals with this build. We're getting a crit shot every other shot so that we return HP and AP through conductors on the weapon. Conductors is the 4-star legendary mod on this weapon, and in order to maximize its full effectiveness, you need to have a build like this that's going to crit every other shot so that every second shot is a critical. This way you get 10 health and 10 action points. This is how you are able to stay in VATS. Now with this build, you specifically need limit breaking on all pieces. This is a 4-star legendary armor and weapon setup. It's an end game focused setup. I also have internal database on the helmet for +2 intelligence because, like I said, intelligence means more damage. Through the science perk card, it's also helping us level up more and faster because ghouls technically don't have access to unyielding and kind of don't have the ability to get like a good intelligence build going unless you just put +2 intelligence on everything. And you can do that with the helmet of your power armor through the internal database mod, giving it +2 intelligence. And like I said, I spent the last few streams farming the Union set. Why? Because this is the Union armor. If you remember, the human version of this build I uploaded with Vulcan, and that does work well for humans. However, as ghouls, we're locked out of cards like Natural Resistance and Overeaters, which helps humans tank poison damage from the snake. Unfortunately, as a ghoul, you do not have that option. So the best next thing is Union Power Armor. It solidifies your tankiness against poison damage because of its set bonus. This is something that I grinded for specifically for this build. As you can see, with the Union Power Armor, we have +75 carry weight as a set bonus. We also have +150 poison resistance. The Gatling plasma, someone asked, how's your Gatling doing so much damage? Well, as you can see, we have the standard receiver, standard barrel. No damage modifiers there. What could it be? I don't even have rapid or bullets explode. I don't even have 50 crit damage. That's because all the damage is coming from the build. We're getting increased damage from this build with perk cards like Faulty Spots that increase your weak spot damage multiplier by 15%, which is your strongest damage multiplier. The weak spot damage multiplier is the most important one, and it's something that you have access to as a ghoul. But it absolutely changed the game for this build. It went from having basically no survivability once the poison attack happened at the snake to now being able to fully tank it and just power through it, firing through the damage with the Conductor's build. If I make this build, can I play this snake alone, Miss Glass? Yes, you can. It is a solo build. I only join a team to get the bonuses like taking one for the team and Strange in Numbers, which gives you 25% more effectiveness of your mutations, but it's not a make it or break it situation, meaning like it's not gonna not let you solo the snake. It's plenty tanky. As long as you copy what I'm doing, the tactics mean a lot here. Which means you're gonna have to put faith into the build, because when you are taking that poison damage alone, it focuses all that poison damage on you. It's much higher than if you were with people. I'm not even doing the optional stuff, I'm just running through this. I'm just showing you guys how well it works with running through stuff. How many stamps do you need? None, Finn. This is a full set of Union. Aha! I finished my grind. We're gonna take it to the snake here again in a moment. But you did just see me use it solo at the snake. So yeah, if you do copy this build 100%, you could. Now, I am going to be changing some things before... Okay, I'm not doing this Siren Theater crap. I'm going to be changing some things before I upload it. Like, I'd really like to get United Ordeal under Charisma for this build. But I will be uploading the full build guide of it this week. I'll also be using it live stream. Probably for a long time. Honestly, it's my new favorite build, so... Yeah, I finished building it today. I was able to get the stamps I needed and got the helmet and the chest. It was one heck of a grind doing expeditions over and over. But yeah, I'll also upload the Gal's shotgun build that I used for expeditions, because that was fun and super useful. We're gonna try it. I think we got 1 minute 16. I know I got 1 minute 2. So I got 1 minute 2 as my fastest time with this build so far. But I'm gonna put rapid on it and try again. Now the problem with rapid is it'll most likely force me to use more coffee. So we'll see how that is. Maybe not. Maybe if I can land those shots sooner and get the crit returned sooner, then I'll have my AP returned sooner, and maybe it'll all fall into place. Maybe. We'll see. We're just going around today. Alright, so I only keep Stimpack Supers on me. This way, my medic pump on my chest piece is forced to use Stimpack Supers only. It'll use a stim pack super every time my health drops below 50%. As you can see on the chest piece, it has the medic pump under current mods right under limit breaking. So that automatically uses a stim pack when my health drops below 50%. So, tactic. I'm gonna mag dump the lava over here so that we can do the things that need doing and do all the damage as soon as we're ready. I really just do this to bring up my bullet storm ahead of time to maximize DPS from the start of the fight. You don't actually need to do this. As long as you don't swap weapons, you'll keep your bullet storm stacks. So I'm gonna get it to 20 and then reload. That'll set us up at 10 max stacks with 750 rounds in the magazine. Again, overdrive, no bobblehead, no magazine, no problem. Surprisingly too, this build actually has pretty low AP. Like, you could do AP buffs like cook softshell meat and squirrel on a stick and pop a herbivore mutation to get your AP density back up, and then hit the AP buff machine, the punching bag machine, and get your AP closer to like 350, and it would feel a lot better. But we're going with bare minimum here so that you guys see that there isn't a lot you need to do to make this work. We just have blight soup, brain fungus soup, overdrive, toxic goo, and coffee. I did forget to put rapid, but it's okay. We won't do rapid. We'll do rapid on the next try. I would like to get a faster run. We'll do 3 coffee. To overcome any server response issues. The heck is going on? There we go. I wasn't VATSing the right part of the body. Another thing too is having that VATS hit chance on the second star means that I'm landing a lot more shots, which is increasing my DPS here. Problem is I lose DPS as soon as I break VATS because of the melee strike that happens and breaks your VATS. I'm just gonna go ahead and reload right now since he's going under, and take goo. One minute 13. Okay. That felt faster, but it wasn't a lot faster. 3 seconds faster. It's good though. It's definitely like ready to ship. One more buff that you could do that wouldn't be so hard to get and do consistently would be Blight Susan Soothin, or Big Susan Soothin, whatever it's called. It's a good damage modifier buff thingy. Alright, so now we reloaded, we're at 10 stacks, we're good to go. Be sure to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. I upload weekly and live stream daily. Don't go anywhere. We're about to try the build again with a different setup. We're gonna put rapid on the build here, on the weapon. But this is quickly becoming my favorite build. It does so much damage. It's just fun to run around with infinite VATS too. Because you don't need the coffee like I showed with other enemies just running around. It really is just in these boss fights, in these instances that have lag or latency. I don't know what it is, but also having that 50 VATS hit chance on the weapon really helps with that. 50% chance to hit a target in VATS really helps. But this time we're gonna try rapid. Rapid. Okay, I didn't have another VATS enhanced, so I hope I don't regret this. So again, we're gonna start with 3 coffee and get things going. See, when it hits 0 like that, like it did, it's just better off to let the AP bar regen, because as it came through the waterfall, it hit 0 like multiple times. It's just not gonna be good. Yeah, as I suspected, I'm absolutely running through my AP because I'm not landing near as many shots. I would have to do a lot more coffee. Nope, not manageable. We're just gonna restart and try something else. Because I won't upload the build with this. Rapid's too much for this. We already have the accelerated nozzle also, so that's not gonna help. Alright, so let's try Vital. This will give us 50% more critical damage. But will it be any good? What good is 50% more damage if you're not landing those crit shots? We'll see what happens. I can already tell that the VATS hit chance is lower, but 80% is pretty good. See, that's the problem here. This snake, this target, is just so far away when you're VATSing at the eyes that VATS hit chance really plays a role now. And if you're not landing your shots, you're missing. So even if you have more damage, it ain't good. It ain't doing you much. 126, yeah, that's way too big of a difference. Yeet. I don't know why I did that, but... Someone said they could craft me VATS hit chance. Please, someone craft me VATS enhance, please! I ruined my build. Heisenberg Finn, please, pretty please. Join up, we'll run some snakes or something. I agree, and Troy's first setup is the way to go. It was way easier to stay in VATS. I didn't feel like I had to use as much coffee. Really just getting over the misses that can happen from the waterfall issue. It's weird because like I'll see that I have 90% VATS accuracy and then it drops to 0 and it's just coming through the waterfall. So, and when you're locked in on something and you're firing and it says 0, all you're doing is draining your AP. You're not getting AP returns, so it's really important to pay attention to that. Now more than ever, they really changed VATS like crazy. So but look out for this Ghoul guide, it'll be on the channel in the coming days. I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna do it, because I want to squeeze in United Ordeal under Charisma. That would be really nice. If I can do that, we'll be in business. We'd have more AP, we'd have more HP, we'd have more intelligence. Yeah, everything across the board would be better. Oh, what am I doing? So yeah, I'll be live streaming with this build later tonight. If you guys want to check it out and raid with me, I'll be using it the whole way through the raids, so we'll get to put it through its paces and see how well it does. So that'll be around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mark your calendars or iPads or whatever it is you humans use to mark down the things you need marking down. I just use my litter box. To be honest, you can mark anything in sand, so. But yeah, be there or be square. We're gonna have fun though. We're gonna raid with the Glass Gang. Link in description if you want to join the official Glass Gang or join our Discord, our Glass Gang Discord. There's no obligation to join the official Glass Gang to join our Discord, but you do get perks if you do. One thing they need to do is bring the company tea machine in the atomic shop, because I need it on PC. If you guys happen to see it come to the atomic shop, let me know in the Discord, or if you see it in a bundle. I happen to always miss it when it's in the shop. So we're pulling up on the snake. I'm gonna take my toxic goo. And we'll reload. Overdrive. And same thing, we're gonna do 3 coffee. Just to get things started, get the Plaz warmed up. See, that 0% knocked us down pretty far on the AP bar. We still have 50 crit damage actually here. So let me redo this. So I want to put VATS hit chance. Good coffee. Yeah, the whole point of running VATS Enhanced is so that we land our shots more consistently when we get the crits to proc. It's super important because if you get your crit shot and you don't have it return AP, then what's the point of the build? So that's the idea here. Same thing, 3 coffee. We're gonna focus on that left eye and hit 95% VATS accuracy. That's the bee's knees. As it gets closer to us, oddly, VATS accuracy goes down, but it's okay. No! I was wondering what happened. This is what happened. I have some regular stim packs on me. These will get me killed because the medic pump will use these instead of stim pack supers. Even if you have the setting changed for strongest first under your stim pack heal priority in game settings, it doesn't matter. That only works for manual stimming, not auto stimming perks like the medic pump. So that gets you killed. Good to know. I have slime cake. I'll use slime cake instead. So I'm gonna take more slime cake here. Slime cake's really nice because it gives you AP and toxic goo. 1 minute 11 seconds. Yeah, it's definitely the fastest of the setups that we tried here today. Rapid was slower. Actually, we didn't get to finish rapid. It was just eating too much AP. 50 vital was slower, coming in at 1 minute 26. And that's the same with the testing that I did for the human build, which the full guide of the human version of this infinite VATS build using the Plaz is linked in the description below. Hit like on this stream if you enjoyed it. I'm gonna go put some food together for my belly, and I hope you have a great day. Make sure to catch the stream later tonight if you want to check out the stream and ask questions about builds that I have on the channel, or just watch more footage of me using this build through the whole raid. I will be raiding with viewers tonight, so that'll be fun. I'm Miss Glass. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. GG! I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Glass Gang, who show love and support in the form of comments and hitting like on my streams and upload. It means so much to me. Thank you so much for all the support, gang. I left our Discord link and Glass Gang link in the description.